Hello, 6th grade. Today we are going to be doing a observational drawing project. So you are going to need to think first of something that you want to draw very close up, and you're only drawing part of it in each box. On Schoology, maybe pause the video right now, go on to Schoology, and look at the image that I put on there for you. It's of a key. Alright, welcome back. So, I am going to use the image of Crayola, and so when I do this, I could have chosen a lot of different art supplies that make me happy, but I'm going to do Crayola, and I'm going to first prepare my paper. So I have a typical sheet of white paper. I am going to fold it in half vertical. Okay, so I'm making a nice crease there, and then I open it up. Okay, I can see where that's at. And then my next two creases are a little trickier. This is folding it into thirds. So what I like to do, and I could show you with a ruler, but typically I like to make sure that this section right here is the same as this section right here. So I know that it looks about right. So what I do, once I have you can see this is the edge of my corner, so I'm wanting this section to be the exact same as that one. So then I fold, okay, and then when I open this up, I'm going to take this edge to that brand new fold that I made. So I can see this fold is right here, so I'm just going to put it right to that fold, and I make a fold there. Now when I open it up, I will have 6 spots for me to draw, okay? Each different spot is going to be a different angle of my crayon, okay? So I get to decide how it enters my paper. I get to decide, am I looking at it from straight down? Do I have it tilted? It's all up to me. So the first one that I'm going to do, and it's going to be huge, okay? So this is going to be the end of my crayon right here. And I'm going to do it so that I can see part of it. So I'm making it, I draw it really lightly, so I'm sorry if you can't see very well. I will try to draw darker. It's just very difficult for me to do that, because it's just kind of how I'm not exactly trained to do that anymore. Okay, I am using a ruler because I want this to be very precise. Crayons are very precisely made, and notice I stopped when I hit that line. If you are somebody who needs a bit of an edge there, you could also take your ruler and just start by creating that edge for yourself with a nice thick black Sharpie, okay, and these edges as well. That will kind of help guide you to stay in the space you need to stay in. So feel free to make these lines, because I know it's helpful. All right. So now that I've gotten that part drawn, I have to go ahead and draw the paper. So the paper actually comes off of the edge just a little bit. So my line is going to go like that. It's going to follow just along the edge of that. And I'm looking very closely, and I'm getting very, very detailed. Now because this is so close up, I think I overestimated with that one. And this is going to actually come to about there. So I'm going to get that edge drawn, and that part of my paper is actually a lighter color. And if it was this big, this ginormous, I really, let's see, one, two, so 1, 2, 3. My black line isn't going to start until up here, okay? And it would maybe, I might see a little bit of the dip right there. Let's just add that part. Okay, so this part that I've just drawn represents just this section of black. It's that little. It's so tiny, and I'm making it really big. So these are going to all be in pencil. So because my color is actually gray, it works really well for my pencil. And I am going to start shading. Remember, shading is all about pressure. You'll notice that when I'm holding my pencil, I'm holding it kind of towards the middle because I want less pressure on the tip. The closer your hand is to the tip, the more pressure, the darker the line. The farther your hand is away from the tip, the less pressure, the lighter the line. Okay, and I move in small, shorter strokes. The longer your stroke, the darker it is also going to be. Okay, so I'm also, when I draw, I'm drawing in that curve. I want to make this appear rounded, so I make my strokes rounded. Now you can see that I'm going back with the longer strokes. Okay. Underneath here, I'm going to give a little darkness. So I did kind of choke up on my pencil towards that, because I'm going to add a little bit of a shadow here. And I tend to like my drawings a little rough. I'm a texture kind of person, so I don't want that shadow to be perfect, just because I personally, as an artist, don't like perfection. I'm going to continue that shadow over here. I might make it a little bit, yeah. And up the side of this, I need to come back with my eraser to get rid of that part that I messed up on by not making that thick enough there by the edge of the, okay. So I pushed nice and crisp there. This color is, this part is going to be the gray, and then the actual paper itself, if you notice, is a lighter value. So when I color the paper part, it's going to be very tricky because I have to push down really, really lightly. This is called an observational drawing. Some people who really love drawing love to do this kind of a thing. Some people who really don't love drawing don't like to do this, okay? And I understand that. You might be surprised to know that drawing is not my very favorite. I actually enjoy creating things. I love painting. I really like photography, and editing images is super fun for me. And so there's just lots of different things to art other than drawing. Don't consider yourself bad at art if you can't draw, because that is absolutely not the only thing in drawing, or in art. I mean, it's not all about drawing. I like to shock people when I say I don't like to draw, because they're like, what? You teach art and you don't like to draw? Yes, I do. I do teach art. No, I don't love to draw. I know that it's an essential skill for art. I get that. But it's not my favorite. I would much rather be painting any old day. But even my paintings start out with a sketch. So, you know, you kind of, drawing is super important, like I say, but it's not the only thing, you know. There are definitely artists who make a living with their drawings, and that's cool. But for me, it's just not that. So, right now, I have completed my first out of 6 observational drawings of my crayon, and I literally focused on this tiny section of the crayon. So, you know, from here to there. That's the only amount of the crayon that I drew. I have lots more to choose from. I've got all of this cool lettering that I will definitely do a blow up on one of my sections. I would focus definitely on this ridge and trying to maybe incorporate some of the different creases created by coloring on the tip. And those are different colors. And if you look really carefully, you will see that as I hold this, there are highlights, okay? That is where the shine on the crayon, I would include that. And I did not down here. So to do that, when you've already colored, you get a really good eraser. And you come back, and you wiggle it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and it will create your shine. Now, the shine on this section is going to be different because it's rounded. So I'm going to put my highlight right there. You don't always think of an eraser being your tool to create with, but it definitely can be. So you can go back and you can leave those highlights just by using your eraser. Okay, everybody? I know this video was a little bit long. I'm not going to have you watch me draw my next 6. Just know that you are responsible for picking an item. I would keep my item simple. And then even if it is a more detailed item, like let's say I chose this glue bottle, I would choose parts of it that aren't, you know, all this text. I would not choose. Could I do part of the scanning code, barcode? Yes, that would be cool. But I'm going to be very picky about which sections I choose. Okay? And you should be as well. Simple items like a thumbtack would be a good one to do. Okay? It's very simple. Keep your item simple, and your life will be a little bit easier. Okay? Pencil would be another really good one. A watch, if you had a watch, or a favorite ring maybe. I'm just trying to give you some ideas. So, good luck with your drawing. You have a lot of work ahead of you, and I will see you soon.